My name is Anna Maido from ISCF 4220 Spring 2020, and today we are going to talk about IMAP and DNS. We start with the technical side, then we follow it by the hardening side. IMAP stands for Internet Message Access Protocol, and it allows you to access your email messages wherever you are. Also, you can access it via the internet because email messages are stored on servers. It doesn't download or store it on your computer. Instead, you're reading it off your server. As a result, it's possible to check your email from several different devices without missing a thing. Also, it acts as an intermediary between your email client and your email server, so you can send and receive email messages, and unless you want to explicitly delete them from the server, they remain there. Also, IMAP allows you to access, organize, read, and sort email messages without having to download them first. Thus, IMAP is very fast and efficient. The server also keeps a record of all messages that you send, allowing you to access your messages from anywhere. IMAP does not move messages from the server to your computer. Instead, it synchronizes the email that's on your computer with the email that's on the server. Later, we go over the hardening techniques of the Exchange 2013. Dovecot is an IMAP source. It's an open source IMAP email server for Linux systems. Its written is primarily the security in mind. It's also an excellent choice for both small and large installations. It is fast and simple to set up, it requires no special administration, and uses very little memory. What is DNS? It is globally distributed, scalable, hierarchical, dynamic database and provides a mapping between hostnames, IP addresses, task records, mail exchange information, name server information, and security key information defined in the resource records. DNS is composed of hierarchical domain name space that contains a tree-like data structure of linked domain names or nodes. Domain name space uses resource records and may or may not exist to store information about the domain. A tree-like data structure for the domain name space starts with the root zone, which is the topmost level of the DNS hierarchy. Although it is not typically displayed in the user applications, the DNS root is represented as a trailing dot in a fully qualified domain name. Later we go over the hardening side of the DNS and talk about ISS in Windows and bind in Linux. What's IMAP and its origin? IMAP is an application layer protocol that regulates mailboxes and allows them to be managed by multiple clients. It was created in 1986 and started off as a remote mailbox protocol and debuted in 1988. IMAP uses port 143 or default for non-encrypted port for IMAP. IMAP goes over SSL, which uses port 993 as a secured port. IMAP went through few changes before it got where it is today, and it was immediately followed by IMAP Free in 1993. IMAP and the technical side ensure that you manage active accounts and disable inactive accounts. Ensure that you have strong passwords that are unique and are changed or updated regularly. Also, educate your users not to open email attachments from unknown users. Attachments could include programs that start sending spam email messages to multiple users within your address list. That could cause you troubles. Also, it's a good idea to ensure that you have enabled IMAP services on Exchange through 2013 and verify secure login is enabled and configured and can be done digitally. This can be done by digitally signing and encrypting your email messages, which prevents anyone from intercepting and reading your email messages, and makes sure that only the person who opened it was the right one. Starting the email services and setting them up to automatic startup. Also, make sure that you consider using our form-based authentication and deploy SSL certificate to our access. This will add up another layer of security to your Exchange environment. We continue with the hardening side of the IMAP. Restrict who can send email messages to an individual user or distribution list. Restricting submissions on a distribution list prevents non-trusted senders such as unauthorized internet users from sending email to an internal only distribution list. Also, always back up your Exchange server so when disaster happens, you'll be ready. It is good to ensure that you have important. You audit your Exchange server to track changes made to your server. The DNS origin and the technical side. DNS primarily translates to host names to IP addresses and vice versa. This translation process is accomplished by a DNS resolver. Sending a DNS query to a DNS server requesting the information defined in a DNS resource record. It also uses bind, which is a short form of Berkeley Internet Name Domain, and it's a software product of Internet System Consortium, Inc., which implements the DNS protocol to bind so that DNS server is prevented from acting as an open resolver. Bind is available for limiting how devices can obtain the recursive DNS messages. Bind also allows operators to select which addresses the DNS resolver to contain. The DNS server will provide answers to cache using the Allow Query Cache On configuration option. Next, we go over the DNS hardening recommendations. Remove or disable unneeded services. Then update often and regularly. Then root access or administrative access is limited. Limits who can access the servers and make changes to properties and settings. Also prevent DNS server from having open resolver configurations to limit people from sending queries to servers, since it will amplify the attack on DNS against another host on the internet, since the server will answer any query and the source address can be spoofed. An open DNS resolve can be instructed to send the largest reply permitted by the DNS protocol to any destination in response to small requests. Configuring your DNS servers to support recursive queries will generate and provide a better performance, only because doing so will reduce the number of queries that network clients have to make. Also, disabling recursion when the DNS server uses the process called iteration to resolve the name request. Recursive DNS resolver may have some knowledge about the requested information stored in the DNS cache. If the requested information is present in the DNS cache, then the recursive resolver will respond with the source record information. Here are my references. I hope you enjoyed it.